Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and today we're going to be looking at how we're going to be diving into our simulator today to kind of help explore Dr. Young's email and the claims that she presented, along with looking to collect some data on how reproduction of those genes and proteins happens with our populations, so we can figure out, well, how do traits become more common? To do that, we're going to be diving into our sim to do a little reproduction experiment here, and we're going to be looking at how to follow the different ocelotes in our experiment and collect the data, and then how to record that data in our data table. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next task and how we're going to accomplish this. You're going to be diving into our sim and you're going to be following 4 different ocelotes. These 4 ocelotes will have 4 different color traits: blue trait 1, blue trait 4, yellow trait 7, and yellow trait 10. Your job is going to be to follow these 4 specific ocelotes and to count the number of times they reproduce until they die. Okay. So if they die immediately and they do not reproduce, then obviously it would be 0. If they reproduce 30 times before they die for whatever reason, then the number will be 30. Now the tricky part here is how do we follow them and find them? So when you go into your sim, you're going to go in and you're going to find the reproduction claims. You're going to start that mode up. And before you run anything, okay, I recommend finding that ocelope that you need. So for example, you'll click on it. Here's blue number 1. So color trait 1 here in the pop-up window. Great. Awesome. Found it. Over here, we have color trait 3. I would recommend finding whatever color trait you need. Here's color trait 5. Okay. So we need 1 and 4. I would keep looking to see if I can find that ocelope. Okay. If you can't find it, understandable. It can be kind of hard from time to time. Okay. You'll just take your time until you do. Here's color trait 4. Now, you're going to hit the run button and you're going to let him find as many mates as they can and reproduce as many times as they can until either they die or reproduce. So my guy here is going, and he dies. So that would be 0. 0 would be the number that I record for him. But let's be clear. When I go into here and I put in my number for blue 4, okay, I'll then find another ocelope with the colors 1, 7, or 10. But I'm going to need to reset my experiment. So I have to click reproduction mode again. I hit yes. And now I have to start from the beginning. Okay. We want to follow each ocelope from the beginning of the simulator once we hit run and have a number for each of them by the time we're all done. We'll then answer the question here and hopefully begin to make sense of how different traits become more or less common over time. So take a second. Do you understand how to follow the different ocelopes and count their number of reproduction, along with how to record it in the data table? If yes, put your X in red or in green. If no, put it in yellow or red, and then obviously reach out for help.